Hello everyone and welcome back to the Anime Villainous Tournament arc of 2025. We are at the end of round 2. Our last match at the top left over here is Waco versus Dgessner, who are going to be duking it out to see which one of them gets to join the other three as the last semi-finalist. So, let's get right into the game and see which one of them manages to make it out on top. Okay, and here we go with the last round 2 game of this year's tournament arc. We see on the dice roll that Dgessner will be our starting player. We also see up here Waco and Dgessner have the correct names in Steam, so they're good to go. We're going to see Dgessner immediately ban Griffith. Was he the one in round 1 that banned Griffith like every time? Was that him? Was that someone else? I can't recall. I don't know. I feel like Waco doesn't really have a standard villain that he goes for like some people in the community do, so it's a little difficult to know who to ban when going up against him. But Waco knows. He knows that Dgessner is very well known as an Oculus player and does not want to catch that smoke. Which is unfortunate because we haven't seen an Oculus game yet, I haven't gotten to do an Oculus thumbnail. It would be very nice if someone let Dgessner play Oculus so that I could use him in a thumbnail. And here we go with the blind pick. The left one is Dgessner, which is Yaldabaoth, and the right one is Waco, which is Dio. Waco knows how to play Dio? I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Oh, a little bit of lag as we pull in the shenanigans here. Alright, so Yaldabaoth versus Dio. I feel like it's a pretty in favor of Dio matchup because we have Dgessner on our right, Waco on our left. I feel like it's a pretty Dio-favored matchup because Dio can push out a lot of fate pressure, especially in the early game when Yaldabaoth is trying to get his setup done. But it's definitely, I don't think it's like horribly against Yaldabaoth, because if Dio exerts that really strong early fate pressure and Yaldabaoth finds an opportunity to really get some Holy Grail power going, he can make good use of it. Also, Yaldabaoth getting to go first means that he gets a Prison of Regression turn, and he will take the turn 1 Fate and get Polnareff, which is very good, and turn 1 Compendium. This is a very strong start for Dgessner, I would say. Very strong indeed. Also very good for him to actually pull a hero. It's very possible to whiff the first Fate against Dio. Since Dio is not at a location, Found You Dio does not work, which means there are only 6 cards, really, that you want to play, because Aura has nothing to target, What a Pain has nothing to target, Found You Dio, and, we're gonna see Mona and All Out Attack here. Found You Dio doesn't work. The card that Fake Death. Fake Death doesn't work because there's no one in the discard pile yet. Basically, there are only 6 Fates you can pull on Dio if he hasn't moved to a location yet that do something, and it's the 5 Heroes and Star Platinum. And we're going to see Dgessner get back-to-back on Fates. A little surprised. I didn't see where... I was too busy talking about Dio's Fate deck. My bad. I didn't see where Waco moved Dgessner to with that Mona move, and move him to Mementos to stop the gain 3. It was very strange to use Mona there, in my opinion. We're going to see Waco go over here. Well, not strange to play Mona because All Out Attack was a whiff. We're going to see a big I Can Feel Them here, which is the good side for Waco with there being so many heroes out already. He can get a lot of power off of it. So here, we're going to see him play either Mariah or Indul, either of which can kill Polnareff, which I imagine is probably going to be Waco's aim as he wants to get back some fate pressure in this matchup. He's going to choose to play Indul, works like Wrath from Father, where anytime a hero is played, you can move Indul to them. We are going to see Dgessner go to Palaces. Ah, okay. He's going to Palaces because he can get the immediate Mona kill with Akechi here and get Akechi out. I would probably also... I might even move Akechi to Mementos just to have him a little more range of motion here, but leaving him at prison isn't bad at all. We're going to see a Fake Death and a Found You Dio, so it's going to be a Found You Dio to South Asia. Probably going to be Joseph. I would imagine Joseph is the best option here to slow down that hand size, and indeed that's what we're going to see. Honestly, I could see Waco doing an Indul move to Joseph here. Kakyoin isn't out, so he is allowed to do that if he wants, but he also... at the same time, probably does want to open back up Egypt, get that top Fate back. Because there is an Akechi out and a clear board for Dgessner, so he has a lot of control of tempo of the game right now. However, while Dgessner has gotten some strong early tempo against Dio here with all these heroes out, what he hasn't done is he hasn't, I do this too sometimes, where you, like, put Compendium all where it's not actually at a location, but it does matter that it's at a location. It's supposed to be. A Dead Lavenza Restored is good to see for, he did end up doing that, a catchy move. Dead Lavenza Restored here is, good to see for Dgessner early. We are going to see Queen go to Prison of Regression to take that away. Interested to see if Dgessner is going to take a Mementos turn or if he's going to go to Prison next. We're going to see a Trivial Matter. There's Chaka, Whole Horse, and ZZ. Z squared. ZZ, if you're Canadian. I don't know, I've never seen JoJo. You probably just slap down Whole Horse here, to be honest. Slap him down at Iggy, or you could slap ZZ down at Iggy, and then just hope that you draw into a trivial, like, one-coster to take out Iggy at some point. He was probably really hoping to see someone with 3 or more strength to be able to go straight for a Joseph kill. He is going to play ZZ, just keep that extra power and get him at Iggy, hoping to get another 1-2 or something to deal with that later. We will see Dgessner go over to Mementos. He's going to do a big discard. His hand sucks. And he's just going to end his turn there. He's not going to move a catchy, which I think is smart. If he goes to Palaces and wants to kill Queen, we could see Waco cover Palaces, so it's better for him to be able to move a catchy into Palaces to kill Skull here, if that's where Skull goes, if Dgessner decides that's what he wants to do. And we will see Skull put at Palaces. I don't think we've seen Sinful Shell yet. There is an Imposter proc on Akechi there. I didn't realize Imposter had been played. Waco's going to go for another Trivial Matter, get J. Geel, Arabia Fats, and Pet Shop. Probably just throw down J. Geel here to kill Joseph later. Did Waco just play a Trivial Matter and he has 3 cards in his hand? Has he been cheating? Have they not been stopping him from drawing because of Joseph? He's going to put Pet Shop down at Egypt and just leave it there, and that'll be the end of his turn. He didn't draw that time. Maybe he just had more cards in his hand and I wasn't paying attention. Dgessner debating going to the Velvet Room here, and he is going to go to the Velvet Room. He must have a lot of cards he wants to play out quickly. We're going to see an Electric Chair. Could see him play a 1-cost ally, yeah, like Nagaraja, and then just Electric Chair him for power. That is indeed what's about to happen, it looks like. Dgessner's debating it. He is going to do it. He's going to leave his allies in a separate discard pile. Lets him get Brongda and Rays of Controls out, which is very strong. We're going to see him have a second discard pile here, which is something we do allow in competitive play. There's Joker. Sinful Shell is gone, so if Waka wants to, he can really start chugging up power now. He is going to double cover Palaces because Skull is going to die to the Rays. I imagine we'll probably see Dgessner go to Prison of Regression on his turn, gain a little bit of power, get a little more fate pressure. He's very due for an aura. An aura on Pet Shop wouldn't be bad at all. Waco's thinking hard about how he wants to do this fate placement. But yeah, when you have characters who really care about pulling a specific thing from the discard pile, like the Compendium plays with, what's his name here, with Yaldabaoth, usually keep them in a separate... This is the same discard pile. He's just separating them so that it's easy for him to... And he's going to do with Rhonda here, actually. He's got 1 strength Rhonda and 3 strength Akechi through Joker's ability to be able to punch Joker and get rid of him. So now, either there won't be any Joker into the reshuffle, or Waco, there's the double aura. That's just going to... Oh, we actually see that Waco used Pet Shop. He realized that... I didn't catch that at the end. He realized that he could end up losing it to a very likely aura, so he... did the move in the Vanquish to get rid of Iggy, which wasn't great to lose Iggy, or lose Pet Shop and an extra on Iggy there, but was very good for him just for the sake of getting use out of that before it was defeated. Now we're going to see the classic Dio turn where he uses the world multiple times to just gain a bunch of power at the Middle East now that he's finally uncovered it. That will be his turn. We're back over to Dgessner, who will be going to Mementos. He's going to try and get Akechi back over there to get rid of Queen. We're going to see Suki. Suki's ability. Actually, he's going to get rid of Queen immediately. Very nice, keeping his territory very clean. Keeping his territory clean is nice. It means that he can't really make use of Grail. However, the problem he has right now is that he is very low on power. But he does get a no hero fate here, which is very nice. Life will change is a little annoying. It basically means that Dgessner will have to play a 1-cost ally to palaces and then move them into the Velvet Room at the cost of 1 power. It'll cost him an extra power and a move action, which Yaldabaoth does not like to have to do. And then what are we seeing here? Is this a vampirism? Or is Waco... You play Dark Design? I think he's looking at his options right now and debating if he wants to play Vampirism. He will play Vampirism. Pay for one of the 2/3s to get the Joseph kill. Indeed, that is exactly what we're going to see. He already used his Vanquish this turn? I guess he must have already used his Vanquish this turn. He only drew up to 3. We're going to see the gain to full prison room again, and then we're going to see Kakyoin thrown on top of Egypt. Honestly, a fake death on, like, Iggy wouldn't have been the worst here, but Kakyoin is annoying and covers stuff up and also blocks Marai's ability. Then we're going to see Dgessner get out Justine and do some more discarding. He's done very good at keeping his territory open throughout the game, and he's getting very close to where he needs to go take a Velvet Room turn or two, like, back-to-back. So he needs one more girl. He needs Caroline out. He doesn't need her, but he really wants her. Hasn't played Gallows yet, and Gallows can be very important in the late game. What he really wants to do right now is stockpile some quick power, which Justine will help with that a lot. And there's no upcoming Lavinza Restored. We will see a meet with Ruin trigger. So if Dgessner has not gotten a card that he finds very important, whether it's a specific Palace rule he wants to use or anything else, very good to be able to snag that out. Panther and Wildcard. Honestly, you probably take the opportunity to put Joker back on top here. Panther doesn't have a great target. I mean, she can hit a Akechi down to -1, which isn't the worst. Or she could just cover the top fate. I don't agree with that play. That's just a free Akechi kill, and it gets Akechi nice and low for a fusion that is definitely coming up. We're going to see another Trivial Matter. I almost called it Yes, My Lord. But we're going to see another Trivial Matter here, and it looks like he is going to choose Terrence, who is very useful indeed. A little surprised that he's going for Terrence instead of Nena here, just to, like, weaken down Jotaro. Terrence at the Middle East is very strong, though, making sure that you always have that double play available. Basically forces Dgessner, when he gets an aura, to aim for Terrence if he can afford to. We're going to see Dgessner go over to Mementos. He could try and go and get a kill on... I love that he's using his clock time to line these two up with their artwork. He could go to Palaces and get rid of Panther and open stuff up, but what he really wants to do when he's getting close to this reshuffle is have enough power to take a strong Velvet Room turn. Trivial Matter. Waco is looking for anything with 3 strength to be able to punch Kakyoin. He did not get a 3 strengther, but he did get Daniel, so he could do Daniel here to catch Kakyoin with that. His other option is to just play Cameo to get some card draw and then have Mariah kill Joseph, which I don't think would be bad. He has to play Daniel if he wants to get Kakyoin out of here and Fate this turn. Dgessner is looking through the Fate discard pile to figure out what these last 4 Dio cards are. It looks like he is going to go for the Daniel play. I know we saw... Did we see 2 auras? I think we saw 2 auras before. I have to respond to a message real quick. We will see him play Daniel just to get Kakyoin, and that will let him discard and Fate this turn. We're going to see Fox and Noir, neither of which have a target right now, but it does cover more territory, which is always nice. Sorry about that. I had a thing to respond to as it was a good time for it because Waco is taking his time on this turn. Looks like he is going to play Fox. There's really no point in using Fox's ability. In fact, I wouldn't even, because it puts Akechi closer to Velvet Room, so he could actually be used to remove it. You probably just cover prison here. Mementos isn't a bad cover. It's never bad to cover a location. Oh, he's actually going to move Akechi further away Yeah, that's an O. I can understand that play. I can get that. And we are going to see him move Daniel over so that if Kakyoin gets freed by an aura here, Kakyoin will be where Terrence is, so he's not as disruptive as if he's at Egypt. Just a little bit of territory control there. Living with Joseph for so long. He still has his Vanquish, doesn't he? Why doesn't he... I mean, I guess it's because he wants Mariah to sit here to pull out of Middle East, but, like, living with Joseph forever is not something I would recommend. We're going to see a Prison of Regression, go gain 2 power and go for a Fate. We're going to see Restoration and What a Pain. So, pretty good. Not as good as just getting the Aura to also get the 1 strength of Daniel out of here, but that gets Kakyoin back in play. Terrence is there to make it weaker than usual. We're going to see a Kopatengu play, and that will get rid of Life Will Change. Oh, did he actually get around... No, he should have still had to pay 1 for Kopa. He did. He was at 4, and then he gained 2, and then he paid 2 to play Kopatengu into the move. And Dgessner is going to force himself immediately into a reshuffle, so we are almost certainly going to see him take a Velvet Room turn next. I wonder if Waco is going to take note of that and try and take advantage of it in any way. He is just going to go to the Middle East here. Are we going to see some more power gain? Since he has access to both play cards, he could very easily punch Kakyoin here. Especially he's going to Vampirism, and then if he plays 1 more card, he gets to Clash Kakyoin. Or he can use the Vanquish. He is just going to play Cameo. So he could use the Vanquish here with Maria to get rid of Joseph. Or is he's going to use Daniel and Cameo to just get rid of Kakyoin the old-fashioned way? Yeah, he should have 5 cards in hand. He had 3 because of Joseph. He played Cameo. Got him to 2, then drew 3. He is just going to do the Vanquish, and that opens back up his other player card. Maybe a Knives into Joseph? He would be at 3 cards played if he played Knives. And then he could clear his territory while having Mariah and Terrence both out. He's just going to do an I Can Feel Them to gain 2 power. Not bad. He couldn't play the I Can Feel Them with Kakyoin Steel out. He wouldn't have been able to do the Vanquish and the 2 player cards. We are going to see Dgessner go take his Velvet Room turn. He only has 4 powers worth to play out allies. He's deciding which 4 he wants right now. I'm a little surprised that he's not fusing with Akechi and Kopatengu. He must still want to use Akechi to, like, get some kills here. But honestly, I could see doing a fuse with Akechi and Kopatengu so you can replay Kopatengu with whatever Palace ruler you play out. I don't know who he has in hand right now. But not only would it let him get Kopatengu into this reshuffle, it would also net him more power with Justine. But we are going to see him pay 4. He's not going to have Cerberus kill Panther. I imagine that probably means we're about to see Kamoshida. I don't think we've seen Kamoshida, Okumura, or Shido. So we could see him work on, like, fusing all of them here. I see what he did here. So what he did here to make sure that these allies all get back into his reshuffle or into his discard pile, including Kopatengu, is he used Obyrion's ability upon playing him to reshuffle his discard pile, which is very, very smart. Very good of him to do it this way, because now it means he gets that reshuffle on all of his stuff, and we're going to see Kopatengu and Agathion used for that fusion. So now all of these allies are going right back into his discard. Then Pixie, which will give him an extra power, as well as Nagaraja, who will give him a move, and he's going to play Okumura, and then that Nagaraja move will go into Obyryon, giving Okumura another +1. So he's got a 10-strength Shido and a 7-strength Okumura out. He's got 5 allies in his discard pile, and most importantly, 2 of those 5 allies that are in his discard. Oh, and then we're going to see a Holy Grail and Gallows. Very strong turn from Dgessner. Very strong. But, most importantly is that 2 of the allies in here are Kopatengu and Nagaraja, because what Dgessner is going to want to do here, especially with Holy Grail out, is he's going to want to gain... He's going to want to be moving fast. He's also going to want to kill Panther soon, which he could try and take a pretty bad Palace's turn to Clasher while in the Grail. But he definitely wants to get Panther out of here before Joker hits the board, or right after Joker hits the board. We're actually going to see Waco multi-fate wildcard to guarantee himself Joker. I'm not sure I agree with that play. He's playing Dio, and he's got a good bit of time to go between fates if he really needs to, so he probably could have just tried to get a hero to cover Prison of Regression immediately. I don't know how this works. I think it's a discard pile with Joker on top. I think it should be like that. I'm pretty sure that's how wildcard works. I'm not totally sure I agree with this because it means that Dgessner is going to get a really strong Prison of Regression turn, and he does want to dig for Chaotic Ambitions right now. So I'm not too sure about that, but guaranteeing Joker is also, it's hard to argue against guaranteeing you get Joker out once Yaldabaoth's engine is going. You need Joker to be at Prison of Regression, which is probably why Dgessner has been content to leave Akechi here so long. With a 3-strength Akechi here, I think it still takes 3 ally plays to be able to get Joker off of Prison of Regression. But if he needs to, he needs to. Now, here's where Dgessner really wants to take advantage of the few heroes he has, and if Joker gets played, he'll get a 3rd power off of it. He really wants to build up with Holy Grail quickly, and then he probably wants to dump Holy Grail very fast afterwards to get himself out of, or to use all of his power before he gets hit by Sinful Shell. Sorry, I don't know why I stumbled over that. We are going to see a multi-fate for Star Platinum here. I think the other one is Avdol, because I don't think we've seen Avdol. So Dgessner knows that he either gets Star Platinum, which is basically a must-play against Dio, because having to give up a world and 3 power is really damaging to him, or he gets Avdol, who is Avdol. Avdol actually isn't as strong as usual here because of Terrence. We're going to see a world play, and he's not going to get rid of Star Platinum. He's going to use it for power gain, it looks like. No, he is going to get rid of Star Platinum. I don't know about doing that immediately. He is coming up on his reshuffle as well, but now Star Platinum is back in rotation, which is less than ideal. He's still keeping Mariah instead of getting rid of Joseph, which is another thing I'm not sure I agree with. Mariah's ability is very strong, but especially with Terrence guarding the Middle East like this and giving you more action economy from it, I really don't agree with dealing with the loss of hand draw for so long. But he did just get Oingo Boingo, which puts him back up to 4 card draw if he realizes it. Or are we going straight back to... I would probably go to Mementos first. I would go to Mementos, gain 3, and discard any cards I don't care about. Or he's actually going to move in Akechi and get rid of Fox, and then Clash Panther. Did he gain his 2 from Holy Grail before doing that? I think he did. So if we see a Fate from Waco here, that will be a multi for Joker almost assuredly. Yeah, you got to cover Prison here, because if you cover Palaces, you run the risk of... You're going to force yourself into a wildcard turn where you have to wildcard to Prison, and you run the risk of a lot of nonsense. I'm curious if we'll see Dgessner go to... Honestly, all 3 of his locations are good picks on his next turn. I'm very interested to see which one he goes with. Waco, meanwhile, debating what to play. He is very low on power right now, and he knows he's about to get hit with an Avdol. Avdol at Egypt would be pretty good here. He realized that because of Oingo and Boingo, he should have 4 cards in hand. Oingo and Boingo and Joseph just cancel each other out. So Waco is back to a 4-card hand, but he could have a 5-card hand if he would, just get rid of Joseph. We're going to see him play out Nuke Saku. Very important card for Dio. Lets him use his ability to get to kill caps that he otherwise couldn't. And then we're back over to Dgessner. All of these turns are good. He's going to get 1 power for Joker no matter what. I was about to say, I feel like the Mementos turn is probably the strongest because he'll probably want to discard, and it lets him get some more movement going. And he is actually going to Chaotic Ambition Shido straight into position. Now he just has to get Okumura and one other. And like I said, he has both movement allies here, and we are probably going to see a Velvet Room turn coming up. He could very easily get Okumura with both Kopatengu and Nagaraja in here. He could very easily get Okumura to 9, because since Joker is here, they need to be at 9, at least. He could very easily get Okumura into position, as well as get another ally out and make some quick progress on it. I could also see him taking a Palace's turn to get like a play an ally into move Okumura and get a fade off. His biggest threat right now is all-out attacks. Panther won't do much unless he draws Panther off rip so that she can potentially get wild card pulls. He really wants all-out attacks to get these... it won't do anything to Shido, but he wants to try and get Okumura to to a little bit lower, because right now Okumura with 2 moves can get to 9 strength, and the goal is to get 9 strength minimum on all of them because Joker is here. We also are going to see a Trivial Matter that pulled Devo and some other cards, and we're going to see him play Steely Dan. He really wants to use Steely Dan to get rid of Joseph, because when Steely Dan is discarded, you get to defeat Joseph. And I guess technically Kakyoin and low strength Polnareff, but it's mostly Joseph, usually. And then a Devoted Follower as well to set up his next stand user. This has been a very low... There was one point where he did the double world gain 3 play, and Waco was up to like 10 strength. He very quickly... Oh, he's going to choose to play Devo instead, actually, because he wants to be able to get rid of Jotaro soon. Devo is the only 1/3, one of the best... he's conditional. There has to be one hero. But he's like the only ally that you can spend 1 on but get 3 strength worth. Waco really flopping back and forth on this decision. He should be at 1 less power if he plays Steely Dan. I hope they realize that. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be at 1 power if he plays Steely Dan. Power is very, very important for Dio. Even 1 extra power can make a big difference. I think he's debating once again if he uses Mariah to finally kill Joseph. Oh, why is the clock stopped? Something happen? Are they debating how much power he's supposed to be at? Does Falk not realize how much power he should be at? Wow, Waco's clock is already at 13 minutes. That's crazy. Oh, they're deciding that it has to be Devo, maybe? I'm not entirely sure what happened there. We'd have to ask the players and the judge. It might have been something about the amount of power, and maybe they decided because they can't remember how much power he's supposed to be at, it has to be Devo that's played. Otherwise, he gets a cheaper Steely Dan. Which, again, especially with the Joy and Fear out and the fact that Dgessner is about to probably go to the Velvet Room and spend a lot of that power, we are finally going to see the Mariah kill on Joseph so that Waco can now drop to 5. We'll see if he remembers to drop to 5 or not. We are going to see a Palace's turn. Ooh, and a Raise of Control, and he's just hard-moving Okumura without an ally, and then a multi-fate Avdol onto Egypt. Okay. So Dgessner tempting fate here to try and luck into a free Joker kill. He's basically forcing Waco to go to Japan. Because if Joker dies here, you could get him in the reshuffle, which isn't the worst ever. Him dying before the reshuffle wouldn't be too bad. Now, this is risky. If he pulls, like, double wildcard here, it'd be game over. He did not get a hero, so this will be a free Joker. Well, not a free Joker kill. It costs 3. But it will be a Joker kill. And actually, how does this work? Before moves... Win moves? Yeah, so he's going to get the 1 power from Grail as well on Joker before Raze blows him up. We're going to see a Sinful Shell to take 3 power away. That's kind of the best you can do there. That's going to end up taking... Although, honestly, I wouldn't hate playing Life Will Change here because Life Will Change takes away a move and 1 power as opposed to 3 power. 3 power is nice, but honestly, I think the 1 move might be a little more impactful. He'll gain 1... Joker will die. He is going to go to prison, which means if Waco somehow fates and plays another fate card on him, it'll be, we're going to see What a Pain and Kakyoin here. What a Pain doesn't do a whole lot. Honestly, double covering the top fate here is probably the play to go for, because what Dgessner really wants to do right now when he's in this strong position is he wants to, race playing, he wants to race playing out the rest of the stuff he needs before Waco can wildcard Joker out. Because wildcarding Joker out is basically the only real way to slow down Dgessner at this point. Which means that Waco needs to fade as much as he can. We're going to see him go to Egypt here. Kind of surprised we're not seeing Middle East into trying to play some allies into killing Kakyoin and Avdol. Has he realized he should have another card in his hand yet? I don't think so. He played with Joseph for so long, he just doesn't understand. We are going to see a world. I think that world isn't supposed to be in that shuffle, but I can't remember. Falk realizes that that world is supposed to be in the discard. So you play the world, it makes you draw a card and then perform another action, then you discard the world. The effect isn't discarded until you resolve all of its ability. I think it's technically even considered in your territory, maybe? Now that Waco has gotten back up on power here with the world and all, he's thrown out another Joy and Fear. He's hoping to get some really quick... free allies. I think he might have Vanilla Ice set up here. We're going to see Dgessner. He's not even going to try and challenge those Joy and Fears. He's just going to go straight for spending a lot of power. He can very quickly get into Showdown here, and Waco cannot get Joker out. Waco's only real use that he can try and rely on to try and slow this down is, he really wants to get, oh, what do we have? Oh, did he use, he played O'Byron and he shuffled back in Kopatengu. He just wants to draw Kopatengu back in. Yeah, if Dgessner can quickly get someone else out, he can actually, even with so little, he's going to lose Akechi here because Akechi is so weak at this point. He can even just go for, oh, he's going to play Kaneshiro. I'm surprised he's not doing a Gathion here just for the sake of getting the extra strength. Oh, maybe we're doing someone other than Kaneshiro? Kamoshida. Neither of these have great ways to gain right now. Kaneshiro isn't too bad. He just needs to get Kaneshiro over fast. He's already got both of these at 8. If Panther comes out or an all-out attack comes out, he can use Gallows to negate a lot of the damage here. And now he's going to play Madarame and have Madarame steal for a lot and then move with Nagaraja. He's actually going to move Kamoshida first because he wants Madarame to steal that token. This is really good for him because now Kamoshida is defending this, which is great. But he wants to over-strength with Madarame and Shido, because if he has two of them with too much strength that are over-strength, then even if he pulls a Panther or an all-out attack, he can Gallows to fix Okumura. So we're going to see a double Joy and Fear trigger at the end of turn here, and that's going to pull Greyfly, and Inya the Hag didn't have Vanilla Ice like I thought. Inya the Hag is a very unfortunate pull. I thought that he set up with, he might have set up something else. I don't know. I thought he set up with, like, a Dark Design. But Inya is awful here. Because, Waco was trying to change where he put Greyfly there, but he's not allowed to because he can't change where Greyfly goes after he figures out that Inya being here means he can get more KOs. So I think I saw Falk move Greyfly back. That would in fact be cheating for him to put Greyfly here, but then on the second Joy and Fear, that the playing Greyfly was already resolved. Then he was resolving the other one. He can't undo the other Joy and Fear now that he knows these two allies together would let him get a kill. That would be unfair. That'd be cheating. He needed to play Greyfly to the far left first and hope that he got an ally that would be able to get the kill along with it. Rubber Soul, Alessi, and Chaka. Yeah, I really wish that he definitely wishes that he had pulled Alessi or even Chaka with one of those Joy and Fears. Greyfly and Inya were probably the two worst options, to be honest, out of those, like, 5. We are going to see the Alessi play. This lets him get a free kill on Kakyoin, or it puts Avdol at 1 for a clash. He will put Avdol down to 3, and then he's going to use Enya to kill Avdol. He's going to use Alessi to kill Avdol, actually. That makes more sense with his Vanquish. And then, if he uses Nuke Saku to play another card, he can clash Kakyoin here, which I think is what he's going to do. This game has gone a lot longer than I realized. This is a lot happening. Dio plays a lot of cards, and so does Yaldabaoth, so it's a lot to keep up with. We will see him get rid of Nuke Saku just to play Menacing Presence. He really just wants to play any card he can to get the clash there, because he needs his top fate open, because he is playing from behind hard here. We're going to see Dgessner go over and steal that +1 from Kamoshida and put it on Madarame, get him up to 9. He just needs 2 more move actions. And, oh man, it's not looking good for Waco because I don't think any fate takes him out of WinCon right now. We're going to see a Joseph play, and then again, Dgessner is just covering the top fate as much as possible, just trying to give himself that 1 turn. Waco needs to pull. I'm not sure if there's anything he can pull, unless he can also uncover next turn. 1 fate does not stop Dgessner from winning here because he can use the activate to Gallows. Right here, you probably Fox at prison and, like, move Okumura out. It is possible that Dgessner has game on board here. And that will put a -1 on Fox because of the imposter. Dgessner is going to the Velvet Room. Velvet Room instead of Mementos makes me think that he has win on board here. We're going to see the Kopatengu play. No, you shouldn't move Madarame. You should move Shido first, yeah. Does he have Chaotic Ambitions? Oh, he's going to do a fusion of Kamoshida and Kopatengu to play Suki. Okay. Oh, and now he can activate back out Kopatengu and Nagaraja, and if he has another fuse in hand, And he has Cerberus. Oh, this is game, I think. I think it's over. Cerberus kills Fox, and then those two, if he has a fusion in hand, then he can just move Madarame. He just fuses Nagaraja. This is going to be game. What an incredible Yaldabaoth game from Dgessner. Very well played. Doesn't matter what ally he plays here. The Nagaraja. Oh, yes, play Sai for the style. Play Sai for the style, but that puts all of them in there. Shido has to lose one because of how Madarame's ability works, but he's still at 9 regardless. Sai, of course, never hits. Don't gamble, kids. It's bad for you. And that is game because there are no heroes in play. Very well played, Yaldabaoth game from Dgessner. Waco was doing pretty well as Dio. I think he, I don't know if he was just keeping Mariah because he wanted Mariah's ability to try and protect Middle East or stop a hero from being played to Jotaro. But I think what he really needed to do was kill Joseph a lot earlier. I think experienced Dio players will tell you, from my understanding of it, is that Joseph is like a slow and insidious killer. And it causes a lot of problems. Just a second. Wait a minute. I got a DM. Sorry, I gotta tell him something, but I got too caught up in talking. But anyways, yeah, just leaving Joseph out really slows down Dio a lot more than you would realize, so you can't really do that. But we're gonna have a little bit of a they're not paying attention to my messages. So we're gonna see Waco immediately ban Yaldabaoth here because he doesn't want to deal with that. And we're gonna have a quick cut here after I see what Dgessner's ban is. Dgessner's gonna ban light. Waco has played some light before, we know. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back in. Sorry about that. I think before the cut we actually saw even that we're gonna be seeing Dgessner play Loxus. Dude, I didn't know that so many people knew how to play Loxus. I was under the impression that nobody played this dude. I'm glad to see more Loxus play. I don't even like Fairy Tail. I've just been playing a lot of Loxus lately. I think he has a very fun gimmick and a very fun way that he works. Very good stuff. Dude, I always get DMs when I'm in the middle of these. So we're going to see Dgessner play Loxus. He won the first game, so he has to let Waco counterpick him. And I'm a little surprised that he banned Light, because I feel like Loxus is pretty good at uncovering, and especially since Mystigan is the only thing that stops Lightning Body, he's very good at guaranteeing Fate turns. So I'm a little surprised if maybe he just knew that Waco played Light pretty well and just didn't like to play against Light. But honestly, I would expect Loxus to have a decent matchup into Light. Oh, Waco is going to play Merrick. Okay. Well, another reason to ban Light, I just realized, is that Light really enjoys going first before his top fate gets covered. All right, so we're going to see Merrick versus Loxus. Ooh, boy. It's hard to tell what matchups are good or not when it comes to Merrick, because Merrick is, Merrick. He's one of our slot machine characters. He and Aizen have I think those two are like our biggest RNG-dependent characters with how they work. That's Oculus. That's not Merrick. Waco must have clicked the wrong one by mistake. They might reload this entire thing to make sure that they get the stuff lined up. Okay, you better fix this. We are consummate professionals here, everyone. Yeah, okay. I forgot to have the chat disabled. Whoopsie. My bad. Incredible work by everyone involved. Alright, so yeah, it's hard to tell when it comes to Merrick. I would expect Merrick to dislike this matchup a bit, because what Merrick really enjoys is opponents who don't have an easy time getting their top fate back, because it can guarantee him trying to set up some pulls on his God card holders. And as I was saying before, Loxus with Lightning Dragon Roar, Evergreen, and especially Lightning Body, Loxus is very good at getting his top fate back when he really wants it. However, that being said, if Merrick just pulls all of the whatchamacallits, if he just pulls all the God card holders, like, without doing any setup or anything, because that's something he can do, then he pops off. So we're going to see Juvia pulled on the Fate and put at Guildhall to just take away that really strong Fate discard play. And that will be the end of Waco's turn. No play a card, no discard. Very interesting to see. We're going to see a Fate from Dgessner, and he immediately pulls a Shizu. Better to pull a Shizu than for Waco. Better that he got a Shizu instead of Yugi or Kaiba, but still annoying. We're going to see Dgessner throw down a Gloating. He's guaranteed to draw at least 2 cards from this. Waco have a very expensive turn. Oh, turn 1 Millennium Rod. That's why I didn't play anything. I'm still surprised there were no discards, though. Yeah, like he had Bakura's Deal in hand. I would have definitely... And False God card. I'm surprised why he didn't discard those turn 1. He could have lucked into a... trap card or something. Maybe a little extra afraid of Tomb Keepers for some reason, but... Oh, you know what? He could have, because he didn't have a discard pile, it means the Tomb Keepers couldn't take away the Rod. So, if that was his play, I can understand it, guaranteeing the Rod. I'm not sure it's the play I would have done, but I get it. We're going to see a Lightning Dragon Roar to kill Juvia and get access to this. I was actually going to mention earlier if Dgessner had it turn 1. If you have Lightning Dragon Roar turn 1, Loxus doesn't mind going second a lot of the times, because, like, half of his heroes can't actually cover Guildhall. They immediately die to Lightning Dragon Roar. But getting it on that second pull to immediately get Juvia out of there, get use of that discard play, very nice. We're going to see him play Mai and set up this Fate deck in a way that he likes. And then we're going to see, ooh, an immediate whiff with We Are Fairy Tale. Very unlucky for Waco. That is very unlucky. At least he didn't pull a Dead Happy there, but that is quite unfortunate. We're going to see the Dark Ecriture set up. We're going to see it set up at Outskirts and get Thought Projection out. Discarding Evergreen and a Stone Gaze is very interesting. He's just planning to Thought Projection Evergreen out, which isn't bad necessarily. He's trying to speed up digging through his deck. He's in a strong position right now, so he really wants to go faster. Probably shouldn't have played Mai to where she could be moved straight into the Ishizu kill, I'm realizing now. Not the best positioning for Mai there. It did take away the double play, though, which is nice, but... I probably would have put her at dual tower. To be fair, I didn't realize that at the time when he did the play. I was too busy analyzing everything else. We're going to see him pull Joey here. He knows what that third card is. He's debating if he wants to play Joey or not. He's actually going to choose to just play Ishizu. Get her back out, demands that Waco kill her again, and also take away that gain 2 Vanquish. We are going to see the forcing out Evergreen with the Thought Projection, and then a biding time to discard the rest of his hand. And presumably grab Freed. You probably want to grab Freed here and immediately get into playing stuff to Dark Ecriture. He might even luck into getting rid of Fairy Law or Happy at the moment. And with the We Are Fairy Tales gone, it's even stronger for him right now if he pulls like Natsu or something and gets to put them directly at Outskirts. We are going to see Gray played and cover up Guildhall again. Easy kill for Evergreen and replay with Thought Projection potentially. And then we're going to see a bunch of discarding from Waco. Looks like he's just not drawing into Innocent Facades. He's going to get this last card that was left, and it is a Tomb Keepers. So I guess Dgessner, the main reason he wanted Ishizu out, and he also didn't want a Tomb Keepers with Joey, just because he knew that that meant a Rare Hunter wouldn't potentially pull like Kaiba or something, which is fair if that was on his mind. But also just playing Ishizu and then keeping Joey in rotation to potentially play in the future towards like the top fate or something is very good. Oh, and I don't think... Did Waco not have anything in his hand? Oh, I think he discarded everything before playing the Rare Hunter. Did not think that through. We're going to see a big slow play, which is going to get a Soul Doll out. This is going to be very good for Dgessner. He can get the kill on Gray with Big Slow or Evergreen. It doesn't really matter. That'll use the Soul Doll. He'll gain one and draw one, and then he can just move the Thought Projection to replay Big Slow and get the Soul Doll right back out. The one problem here is that he doesn't have Freed out yet. He's actually going to put the Soul Doll straight to Dark Ecriture because he's planning on getting Freed soon and then getting a lot of kills at Outskirts. You see Waco go back over to Kaibacraft 3. I think what Dgessner really wants right now is he really wants to pull Kaiba or Yugi. Obviously, duh, like forehead. We're going to see Mystigan played over to Guildhall to cover that up. Too strong for Evergreen to kill. But he really wants to get them on the top fate to just lock that down for a little bit. And what Waco really wants to see is either of them. Sadly, didn't get either, but he does get Bakura, which can kill Ishizu. He could do that kill immediately. I wouldn't recommend it, though, because now there's another tournament bracket target. Yeah, I think Dgessner... Oh, actually not going to go for the fate here. I was going to say he really wants to hit a fate here, especially with that double play open. It would be very, very strong for him right now to, It looks like he didn't have, like, any kind of play a card if he didn't do it this way. But hitting Kaiba or Yugi here and locking down that top fate while Merrick is, very, like, lacking in territory control could have done a lot for him. Gonna see him put a -1 on Mystigan. Then he's gonna play Battle Invite. which is going to cause a reshuffle, which is super good for him because there were a lot of 4-strengthers. Both of the women, Urza and Mira Jane, were here, and Natsu was here, along with Fairy Law and Happy. That is just perfect. He's actually going to put Gajeel at Magnolia Streets for a Bixlow kill. He wants to kill with Bixlow and then move him back into Guildhall, presumably. But reshuffling back in to potentially stop all those devastating back-to-back fates is very strong. We're going to see Waco go for a Rare Hunter. He's going to get Taya, very unfortunate. The odds weren't super in his favor there. He wanted 2 out of 6 cards. It wasn't in his favor, but still, he needs a little bit of luck to get going here. Oh, actually, a tournament bracket. Well, it's good he didn't get a tournament bracket because he forgot to Fate first. So that actually worked out in his favor. We're going to see Mira, which is the perfect pull to cover Cardia other than Natsu. That's quite good for him. Really messes up the ability to get any Fating or anything going here. Waco really needs to draw. I'm surprised he's not discarding more unless those are Innocent Facades. He really needs to get Innocent Facades and pull Yugi and Kaiba right now. There's Kaiba. Definitely wants Pharaoh's Tomb locked down for a little bit. Now, the good news for Waco here is that Yugi is the one that wasn't pulled. If he can get Yugi here, he's already got Rod out. He can try to get some momentum back really going if he can just get Yugi out and kill him quickly. He's already got 2 strength of Rare Hunters at the Duel Tower. So he just needs a 3-strengther there. Kaiba is way over there, so there's no way for Kaiba to get over here unless Waco does something to get rid of Kaiba soon. No way for Kaiba to go over there. Discarding strings? Discarding strings? Very surprised that he wouldn't play strings to Duel Tower, gain the 2, and then play Umbra next turn. We're going to see a Lightning Dragon Roar on Gajeel, actually. Gain 1, draw 1. He wants that double play, and he wants to he really wants to discard. A little surprised that he didn't go to Guildhall, though, to get the kill on Mystigan. He does have a really good setup now to go get the kill with Evergreen on Mystigan, replay Mystigan, weaken Mira Jane, potentially, into being in a Lightning Dragon Roar position. We're going to see a Fate, and there's Natsu. Great thing to pull right now. Really lock down that top Fate. Waco doesn't want to be getting faded. We're going to see a Disposable Pawns to replay the Rare Hunter. 1 in 3 chance. He gets Tomb Keepers. The lack of Innocent Facades has been really rough on Waco here. They must have all shuffled low. He's looking at his discard to see if he even wants to show his hand. He is going to show his hand. His hand is terrible. You absolutely want to Tomb Keepers this hand. Did he play an Innocent Facade at the start of the game? I think he did, didn't he? I guess he didn't. Or he just wants Odeon back. So this is a guaranteed Fate turn from Dgessner, and I think it's a good idea to kill Kaiba because of that. But he has to go here and Fate because it's guaranteed to get Yugi. He can't pass up on Yugi. The 5-strengther blocking the top Fate is going to give him a lot of wiggle room. And he might even have he's got a Lightning Body. So he's going to get to punch Levy with his 2-strength Lightning Body. Get that down. He's going to get to double Soul Doll to get his power way up and do some draw. And then next turn, he'll be able to move Mira Jane up so that he can use his Vanquish, gain 2, move, etc. He has a very big swing turn coming up. So Waco, luckily for him, has Odeon, which means he just needs 1 Rare Hunter over there at Kaiba, or not Kaiba, over there at Yugi to take Yugi out. And he's actually going to go the false God card route and just throw that on him. So basically what Waco, he should be drawing into those Innocent Facades now. Oh, we're seeing Dgessner is... Oh, he's going to set up a Stone Gaze and all first before... Ooh, okay, I respect it. I don't know about discarding that much. I probably would have made sure to... I probably would have kept some cards in hand for 1 more turn to guarantee some Soul Doll usage. We're going to see the Vanquish. False God card doesn't make him lose any power because he was at 0. Then he'll gain 1. So then we're going to see an Innocent. So this is going to be make or break for Waco. He really just needs to luck into the God card holders, and he did not get one up off the top, which is very unfortunate. I hope that Falk fixes the way this is laid out because it annoys me. Thank you, Falk. Going to get a Fate and get Lucy and Loki here. Probably you throw Lucy and Loki on Cardia, to be honest. Or even the top Fate. There's not a whole lot you can do here in general other than just play a hero. Yeah, playing it at Magnolia is also good. It's not going to do a whole lot, but it's not bad either. But this is just like, this setup is going to be such a strong Cardia. And actually, Dgessner is going to delay it even longer. Interesting. He's going to get Bakura. Doesn't want a tournament bracket Taya, but throw Bakura on the top Fate. I guess he wants to stop the top Fate before he goes and takes his Cardia turn, which is fair. Maybe we'll see like a Thunder Legion here. A Thunder Legion or even a Lightning Dragon Roar. We will see a Thunder Legion. See, this is why I think that he was a little too hasty to do all that discarding before, because it would be very, very nice, especially to set up a late-game Thunder Palace. It would be very nice for him if he had whatever I'm thinking of in hand, or if he had a Soul Doll to pull out. We are going to see the Stone Gaze kill on Mira Jane, and he pulls out Urza. He was really hoping to see Levy or Gray there, but alas. And that will be his turn. We're going to see Waco go over to Domino and gain 3. Bakura's out, so he can't Millennium anything. If he has any rare Hunters or Innocent Facades, double playing into them to try and pull out a God card holder would do a lot here. Or if he has the 3 to get Millennium Ring out. Millennium Ring would also be really good here, so that way when he gets that first God card holder, he can get straight to 3 strength. Unfortunately, he's going to pull Mai. The Heart of the Cards has not been kind to Waco this game. Low deck Innocent Facades, not lucking into any of the God card holders. He is going to play Mai because he wants to manipulate this fate. He does the thing that Butter does where you draw the cards into your hand. Word of advice, never do it the way that Waco just did it. And I'm talking to my friend Butter too. Butter has stopped doing it as much. You never do it that way because I don't think Heart of the Cards might be in the discard actually, so it was fine. But that's a bad habit to have because when you draw like that, if your opponent is looking, the challenge will be drawn into your hand sideways. So they'll know that the challenge is there. So you should never do it like that. We're going to see a battle invite, and this battle invite is actually going to let him clash Gray. That was exactly what Dgessner was hoping for. Holding on to this lightning body for so long has worked out very well in his favor in the long run. We're going to see him use whoever it is I'm thinking of. We're going to get a trap card anti-rule to gain 2 power, which is great for Waco. Would have preferred a God card holder, but anti-rule is like the next best option. So then he's going to move over his Thought Projection to replay Evergreen. That will blow up Natsu. His Resolve won't go down, but it will get Natsu off of his top fate, which is very nice. Oh, and he's going to get the Happy discard here as well. Yeah, I definitely got to get rid of Natsu now because Gajeel is here. Getting rid of Happy there is huge for Dgessner, and that blows up Natsu. No Resolve loss there because of how Natsu works, but he will get 1 Resolve down when he punches Gray, and then he still has Lightning Body, so even if a hero gets played to his top fate, or if he wants to go to Magnolia Streets where Lucy and Loki are, Lightning Body will let him use all of his actions. Well, there's Fairy Law. Really bad time for it, unfortunately, because it just means that he goes to Guildhall, finally gets rid of the Lightning Body to get rid of it. Honestly, I think you play Levy here. Put that Resolve up, get another body on. Now, the really unfortunate thing would be if Dgessner has another Lightning Body. We're going to see him play Arcana straight into the Bakura kill to get rid of Bakura, open back up that top fate. Waco is playing a very aggressive Merit game, which with how his luck has been going, he kind of has to make sure that he can keep a lot of territory open, keep a lot of pressure going. So, Lightning Body is being lost here. Dgessner is just deciding where he wants to get use out of it, and it's going to be Magnolia Streets. We could see we're going to see a Thunder Palace to kill Levy. Wow, I was about to say we might see a Thunder Dragon into a Lightning Dragon Roar. Using that discard, he's going to discard the Dragon Force. Oh, and then play another Dragon Force and punch Lucy and Loki. Okay. He actually has game on board. Yeah, so there has to be a fate here because he Dark Ecritures to kill Gajeel and then moves Freed into the Urza kill. So this will be game if Waco doesn't get something to stop it, and Juvia will stop it for at least 1 more turn. He has to be careful about where he puts Juvia here. If he puts Juvia at Outskirts or Cardia, I think it could be game if Dgessner has Lightning Dragon in hand. I think the Juvia has to go to Guildhall. Actually, it might be game no matter what. If he has Lightning Dragon Roar... No, he won't be able to Lightning Dragon Roar Urza. He has to Dark Ecritures Gajeel. And then move Freed into the kill, and then if Juvia is all the way over here, then he can't Lightning Dragon Roar her. Is there a way that he could do it if he thought... No, because if he uses Thought Projection to move to get Evergreen back to put Urza down to 3 so that she can be roared instead, then he loses the move. He won't be able to get someone to Guildhall to kill Juvia. So this should buy him 1 more turn, unless he does that. No, that'll still work. Because he can't Lightning Dragon Roar her when she's on it. He'd have to use Freed to get the kill on Juvia. And Thought Projection is out of place. Okay, so yeah, Cardia is actually good. It was just Outskirts, I think, that would have cost him the game. For some reason in my head, probably because he had Lightning Body on for like 4 turns, I thought that he would still get his actions at Cardia either way. But Juvia being there should stop it. I'm curious what Dgessner is going to do with this turn. I would really have to know what his hand is to know what he wants to do with this turn. He's going to lose Thunder Palace. He doesn't want to bother keeping it. I also forgot that he had Thunder Palace. He will use the Ecriture to kill Godgeel, which will trigger Trap Card, which is going to be anti-rule to gain 2. So America's got a lot of power. He almost put Trap Card into his own deck, which would have been funny. He's going to go over to Guildhall. These other 2 cards were set by Waco. He's going to do a Biding Time to select whatever card he needs to have game on board. I'm not sure what card that would be right now, actually. Stone Gaze isn't gonna do it, right? Yeah, because it's Urza. If it was anyone other than Urza, Stone Gaze would do it. Because you would kill Juvia with Freed, Stone Gaze, whoever was here, move Thought Projection to play Evergreen. I didn't see what card he took because I was too busy talking about that hypothetical. We'll see it whenever he plays it. Pulls Yugi, very unfortunate for Waco. This is very much Dgessner's game to lose right now. He's trying really hard to close out Showdown here. I actually wonder if it might be more in his favor to play a little more conservatively and let the game go a bit more just to get a more guaranteed setup since he's so ahead. But also, he wants to take advantage of his lead and close out the game before Waco can like luck into a Shizu and Kaiba or Yugi and get his strength up. But the fact that Waco does not have a single God card holder yet really does not bode well for him. However, at the same time, he is at 6 power, and there's a lot of nonsense Merrick can do when he has Millennium Rod and like 4+ power. So, still has that going for him. We're going to see a Fate here. It's going to be Mira Jane and Lucy and Loki. Lucy and Loki is probably best here, and I think you can just put them at Guildhall. I could see also putting them at Cardia just to really lock down that location. He really wants to pull a Happy or Natsu. Happy or Natsu will force Dgessner to either get another Dark Ecriture in play, or it will force him to play a Battle Invite, which will take a turn and a card play. Because right now he has, no matter how many heroes Waco plays, unless that hero is Natsu, Dgessner has enough heroes on board to get into Showdown. He is going to choose to play Mira Jane in the end and cover Cardia. Shizu and Kaiba are both still in here. Man, Waco just cannot catch a break. I think he gets Bakura here at least, which is nice, but that does turn off Millennium Rod, which is less nice. So he probably doesn't even want to play Bakura here. The Fate deck has been very unkind to him. You can't expect to pull like all of the God card holders easily or anything, but not at this point, not getting a single one when he's had decent odds multiple times is very unfortunate. Dgessner taking a really close look at his hand, seeing if he can figure out some way to win. That Thunder Palace play was very cool, but has also dragged down a lot of his power. He's going to go to Magnolia Streets. He's going to throw down a Dragon Force and a Gloating, and then just get rid of Battle Invite and Dark Ecriture. I'm surprised. I think he just missed game. If he played the Dark Ecriture instead of Gloating here, which he has the power for, Dark Ecriture would kill Juvia. He'd go to Cardia next turn, move Freed into the Urza kill, and then Clash Mira. Yeah, I think he just missed game. Sorry, Dgessner, that I had to tell you this way. Unless I'm missing something, I could be missing something. But I'm pretty sure just spending 2 on Ecriture gave you game there. I could be wrong. I've been playing a lot of Loxus recently. I've always talked about how Orochimaru and Loxus are 2 of the most, like, clean matchup characters in the game. They have very few bad matchups. So I was finally like, you know what, I should put my money where my mouth is. If I'm going to play Orochimaru, I should also play Loxus, because neither of them care about matchups all that much. Do we see a Tombkeeper pull here with the Rare Hunter? He pulled a Tombkeeper. This has not been a great day for Waco. He's got Millennium Ring in hand, really needs to find the opportunity to play it. He just wants an Innocent Facade here. Strings. Innocent Facade is like a guaranteed Kyber or a Shizu. I'm surprised. He's gonna play a rare Hunter. If he doesn't get one of them, I'm gonna cry. Why didn't you take the Innocent Facade, Waco? That's maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's a Shizu and Kaiba there. It was guaranteed if he just did Innocent Facade to get at least one of them. We're gonna see a gloating. He's gonna get to draw 6 cards here, which is gonna trigger a reshuffle. I keep thinking about that turn I just said. I am right, aren't I? Dark Ecriture kills Juvia. You go to Cardia, move Freed, kill Urza with Freed, then clash Mirajane. I'm pretty sure. I'm always willing to assume that I missed something. He's just going to go straight to Urza and play a Lightning Dragon Roar, which will get rid of Juvia. So now he's got game on board again because he can go to Cardia, move Freed, kill Urza, punch Mirajane. He is going to get Kaiba and a Shizu here. Full fading is the best thing to do because it gets a Shizu back in the reshuffle. It stops Waco from an easy... If he multied, he would get one of them, but then Waco would basically be guaranteed to get the other. So better to do this. We're going to see Waco go for a Fate. He has to. Oh, and he did actually just do the Clash on Urza. So, unless I'm missing something, he didn't even have game on board because Freed cannot kill Mirajane. You probably just slap Mystigan on Guildhall here. I wonder what Dgessner's strategy was there. I think he's been watching like all of the premieres, so I hope to see a message from him in the live chat right about now of him saying, my plan here was I threw. By mistake. Although, saying that he threw, I guess he did throw because he could have won, whether he realized it or not. But he's in such a dominant position right here, he can really just afford to take his time. We're going to see a Stone Gaze on Mirajane here. And he's going to bide his time. He just wants Thunder Legion. Thunder Legion guarantees him the game. He doesn't have to show us what this card is. But Thunder Legion Freed into Mystigan Vanquish will do it. But we are going to see a Fate. Probably not. Nope, Happy. So that's going to take one more turn. I would play Happy here. Happy is better than Fairy Law in this position. I'd put Mystigan up to 5. Nope. If he doesn't have a form in hand, then Fairy Law can be the better play. But playing Happy forces Dgessner to play one more hero, and he does not have any Dark Ecritures out, so he has to play a Dark Ecriture to even get one more hero out. But if he doesn't have any form, I guess I would look at the discard pile. If his discard pile, like all the forms are in there, then I would probably do it. How many does he have in his deck? 10 cards in his deck? There's probably at least 1, if not 2 in here. It's decent odds that Fairy Law forces him to take one more turn, but Happy is more destructive in the long term, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if I'd put it on Mira or Mystigan here. The one hand is you put it on Mira because she's Stone Gaze. She will die very soon. That gets Happy back in rotation, potentially. However, Mystigan will be at 5 strength, and 5 strength is very annoying to deal with. So, Waco is really, he's keeping himself in this game. Don't keep Bakura's Deal. You can't afford to use Bakura's Deal. Is he going to, like, Bakura's Deal kill Kaiba at the cost of Millennium Ring? I do not recommend that play at all. Because, especially from this far behind, Waco really needs to have strength to be able to clash. Top decking Yugi, oh my goodness. It has been a very unlucky game for Waco. I want to be clear, it has been an unlucky game for him. That's how Merrick is. I also want to be clear, I think that Dgessner would still be in the lead, even if Waco had managed to get a kill on one of the God card holders. If he had gotten 2 kills, maybe he'd be in a much... If he had 2 God cards already, he'd be in a much stronger position. But honestly, with how the game looks right now, I think it would still have Dgessner in the lead. But also it would be a very different game because Waco would have done different stuff to kill the God card holder. He might have had to take time to play a Shadow game. Dgessner would have gotten some different fates from the fact that he wouldn't be pulling the God card holders, so it's very hard to know. It's very hard to know, but undoubtedly it's been an unlucky Merit game for Waco. He's had at least 2 opportunities where he had a good chance of getting a God card holder, and he got bad luck instead of getting it, although I kind of blame him for not guaranteeing the Kaiba Yugi turn. Or the Kaiba Shizu turn by taking back an Innocent Facade and just going for the Rare Hunter instead. He's going to pull Levy here. You probably just cover Cardia. Make him do the Vanquish on Freed instead of getting rid of Mystigan. because Dgessner does still want to get rid of Mystigan very badly, because he's covering his top fate, and also he's going to be very annoying to deal with in Showdown. He also wants to, like, cycle Evergreen and Bixlow. He is going to go with Cardia in the end. I think that's probably the best place to put her. I'm not really sure where else you could put her. There's not a great spot for just the 2 strengther to go, you know? Levy McGarden. He's playing strings again, and he's once again playing him into card plays instead of power gain. He's just going to kill Yugi. It's not a bad time to do it because it gives him back his top fate, and he's covered, or Dgessner is super fate locked here. He doesn't even have the power to play Thunder Palace, so there's no way he gets out of this. We will see him do a Millennium Ring to put Yugi back in. I don't agree with that. Dgessner is fate locked. He should have left Yugi out for a tournament bracket pull. We're going to see Dgessner throw down a Gloating. And then he's going to Thunder Legion. He's just going to play Bixlow back over to Levy. Get a Soul Doll out over at Levy, so now he can use Bixlow for that kill, and he can get Mystigan back down to 4 strength. Kind of surprised that he's not throwing out the Thunder Dragon to give himself more clash options. Waco is really forcing this game back in with this repeated fading. We're going to see Godzilla here, which is going to move Makarov's Resolve back up to 3. Honestly, double covering Cardia is probably the play here, to stop him from getting to play a card at Cardia, because then he can play a Stone Gaze. He still needs one more hero out too, doesn't he? Because once Gajeel is played, this goes up to 3. Mystigan won't lower it. Yeah, Dgessner has to play a Battle Invite, or he has to get an Ecriture out. I could see him going Outskirts next turn and getting a whatchamacallit set at Cardia or something. We're going to see the Yugi get... So finally, Waco has gotten his first God card holder, and it is the best one. Yugi is always the best one to get first because he's the only one that you can't, like, clash your way up to. If he gets Slifer and Raw, he's got his 2 Millennium items, he'll be able to clash Kaiba. And also, once he gets Slifer, he'll be able to clash Ishizu. Being able to clash Ishizu is huge here. The main problem Waco has right now is he really wants to Shadow Game Yugi. Yugi getting back in the cycle would be catastrophic for him. We're going to once again see Dgessner just... I think he's disrespecting Dark Ecriture. Oh, wait, he's doing his Gloating turn. He might have another one in hand. I might be speaking a little too quickly here. He really wants to get another Dark Ecriture out here to use free to get that last hero he needs right now. Especially because I think we're about to have a Natsu pull. Actually, he's probably going to pull Natsu. He discarded a Battle Invite there, but actually Battle Invite would be best for him right now. He really wants to Battle Invite past Natsu to an actually useful hero. Because if he plays Natsu himself, that's not going to help him at all. We're going to see him go to Outskirts. Are we going to see a Battle Invite? Battle Invite is what he really wants here. We are going to see him pull a Shizu, which covers the top fate, and once again slows Waco down. I don't think he kept Battle Invite. He didn't have the other one on him. He is going to play out another Dark Ecriture. Very good. Now, the problem here is, well, Levy's here, so he double can't use this Dark Ecriture, but he can't afford to Dark Ecriture either of these two because he needs to play another hero. Unfortunately for him, I think either Waco is about to play Natsu or Dgessner is about to play Natsu. And we will see Waco play Natsu. I would honestly, in this position, I would probably put Natsu at Magnolia Streets. Putting him at Guildhall is also fine, but this, like, with Happy sitting here, this location is basically already done. Dgessner doesn't care about that location right now. Playing Innocent Facade here is also very interesting. I'm not sure why he would do that. He doesn't have a God card holder to hit. Was he hoping for Bakura, maybe? He's going to Millennium Ring Taya back in because she's a weak fate. Dgessner is heading over to Magnolia Streets. He really wants, like, Thunder Dragon into some Lightning Dragon Roars here. Are we doing Thunder Palace again? Thunder Palace again. This is going to kill Levy. That'll get him 1 with the Soul Doll. He can't move Thought Projection right now. He is going to play Battle Invite. Really should have played it a turn sooner. He needs 2 more heroes right now. Natsu and Mystigan do not help his objective. He's going to get Juvia, which is good. He still needs one more hero. He's at 3, and he's only got 2 resolve worth of heroes on board. Keeps discarding Dragon Force. We're going to see Waco go over to Domino just to gain 3. He's in desperate need of power. Oh, what happened? I think he decided to keep the Dragon Force instead of drawing, and it looks like they're allowing it. We're going to see a trap card played by Waco. Surprised we're not seeing... oh, and he's going to mind control a Shizu to open back up his top fate. Okay, fair enough. He really needs to get a Shadow Game on Yugi. He's going to end up running out of time at this rate. He's going to keep Thunder Palace. Very interesting. Remember, Thunder Palace is a Vanquish at each location, not at one location. So, this means he has a Vanquish at Outskirts that he can use this turn. I see why he wants to Fate, and he wants to Fate and to play a card here. So this is going to let him get out his last hero with Freed, and he goes past Fairy Law, which is very good. Lucy and Loki is less than ideal. He has to get rid of Lucy and Loki now. Because they're plus... Well, he has to get rid of all of these heroes in play right now, but Lucy and Loki more so than average. He's going to put another one, a -1 on Mystigan to get Mystigan down to 3, which is interesting. I would not look at killing Mystigan here. I would look at getting rid of Juvia. And then you can Dark Ekriture Lucy and Loki because Gajiel is at 5. Now, his problem here is that because Natsu is in play, Gajiel is at 5, which means if he wants to get rid of Gajiel, he basically, like, has to do a Stone Gaze play. We're going to see a trap card, which pulls, Heart of the Cards. Not really a good target for him to hopefully get right now anyway. With Fairy Law on the discard, there are no great pulls for Waco right now, but any hero just to slow down the process here will be worthwhile. He is going to get a Dragon Force out. I wonder if he realizes that Gajiel is 5 strength. Oh, he does actually have game on board. He does have it because he moves Bixlow to Evergreen. They kill Natsu together. We will see a Fate, and that's going to be Teo on the top Fate. Okay. Wait a minute. I didn't realize that he hadn't fated yet. No, cover the top Fate. Well, he doesn't want to cover the top Fate because of Shizu. Well, that doesn't matter, because if he uses a Shizu to kill Teo, then you get to play a Shizu because of how Teo works. But, I would be trying to cover that top Fate. He does have game on board. He does a Dark Ekriture to kill Lucy and Loki. He goes to Cardia. He moves Bixlow over. Bixlow and Evergreen kill Natsu, and then he punches Gajiel, who goes back to 3 strength with Dragon Force. It'll put him in Showdown, and then Mystigan is in Clash range. Mystigan is at 3, so he would be able to walk at Mystigan. Of course, Waco isn't going to let that happen. He's going to go for a Fate. And he is going to get Urza, which is going to cost Dgessner at least one more turn. He could, like, We Are Fairy Tale, like, Lucy and Loki or Gajiel out of the Dark Ekriture, but I think playing Urza is probably worth more because it's another hero that has to be killed. Honestly, I might even put her at Outskirts here. There's not a Dark Ekriture there anyway, and also it means that you can't, like, move into killing her with Bixlow Evergreen shenanigans. And then Waco is guaranteed able to Fate on his turn, which is why I think that Teo should have gone on to Pharaoh's Tomb, because it would have forced Waco to go to Kybercraft 3, and then if he uncovered with like an Ishizu kill, Teo would replay Ishizu to the top Fate anyway. He is going to lose Thunder Palace this time, and he is going to lose the Dark Ekriture to kill Lucy and Loki, bring him down to 2 resolve. He's got to kill a 5-strength Gajiel and 4-strength Urza. He can clash with Urza here. We're going to see a Lightning Dragon Roar to kill Urza and get down to 1. And then he's going to Stone Gaze Gajiel. So he goes to Outskirts, he gains 1, he moves Thought Projection over, and he gets it. Or he just has Evergreen. Actually, he has it no matter what, because he just has Evergreen kill Mystigan. See, if he had gotten a Fate Lock, then he would have game on lock here. Instead, another hero is going to be played. He is still in Dragon Force, which is very good. That means that he can kill Mirajane pretty easily. Mirajane probably just has to go to Magnolia Streets here. I think Outskirts would also buy him another turn, just not Cardia. Just not Cardia. I think that's not game, but it's Showdown. I think Cardia is the one place Mirajane couldn't go. I think she had to go to any other location. Outskirts blocks like the move to do Thought Projection and the gain one for whatchamacallit. He has to go to Cardia to do the Vanquish. Now when he goes to Cardia, he's going to do the Vanquish with Evergreen to get rid of Mystigan, and then move over Thought Projection probably to Natsu's location, have an ally there. That'll blow up. I should be looking at his turn, sorry. I get so caught in the sauce with these Loxus turns. He's going to play 2 False God cards on one dude, and then Clash Taya. Is there a hero in there? Is there a hero in there? Falk is going to check. If there's a hero, then that means that Dgessner gets to play a hero. There's not a hero. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Joey and Bakura are both in there. No, why are you going here? Don't you have game on board? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure he had game on board. If he went to Cardia, he moved... He went to Cardia, he had Evergreen kill the 3-strength Mystigan, move Thought Projection, trigger the Gajeel kill, and then Clash Mirajane. I'm going to have a serious talking to with Dgessner. Either I'm missing something, or Dgessner has missed win twice. But he got Joey and covered the top fate. There's no way that Waco uncovers this, so it's ending one way or another. It's ending one way or another. I mean, honestly, what Waco should do here is go to Domino, and if he has a Shadow Game, throw it on Yugi. He needs that 3 strength. And this one rare hunter is about to draw Exodia. Plus, you're a powerless Merrick. What are you going to do at Pharaoh's Tomb and duel? Well, he could go to Dual Tower. No, because Mai's there. Well, you could go there to Dual Tower, kill Yugi, and Clash Mai, but then Yugi is in the discard. He could shuffle Yugi back in, but all of that risks Yugi being replayed, and if Yugi gets replayed at this point, it's kind of over. I mean, it's already kind of over, but it would be even more over than previously stated. We're going to see him throw down Umbra, and then just end his turn there. All right, Dgessner, let's do it. Third time you got Showdown on board. Let's see it. Just going to Thunder Legion it out. Instead of getting the... I would go and get the Mystigan kill, and then use the gain 2 play here to do something. He's going to Guildhall and losing... What? Okay, thank goodness he's still going to get into Showdown. Okay, he'll be able to Clash Mystigan here, so this is still pretty worthwhile. Not how I would have done the turn, but it's not bad. It does set up Evergreen and Bixlow both here, so he has game on board by just moving to Cardia. This gets Bixlow and Evergreen here, so it probably is better overall because it has the Natsu kill set up. But also, I would have just gotten one of the 2 guaranteed showdowns earlier instead, personally. But oh, and then a whiff. Well, he can VR Fairy Tail Natsu all the way over to Cardia, so he's out of range. Which means that setting up Bixlow and Evergreen here was pointless anyway. Should have done my play. Silly, silly Dgessner. What was this guy thinking? Oh, we're seeing the Joey kill with the Shizu plus Umbra here. Gets a Shizu back in there. Is he going to be able to play a Shizu? Does he have a an Innocent Facade or a Rare Hunter to try and pull it? Maybe. Potentially. Perchance. Mayhaps, as some people might say. What's the easiest way to kill Natsu here? It's just Stone Gaze, right? Like Stone Gaze? Oh, does he have Stone Gaze Thunder Legion? Or he has Dragon Force, so he's just going to get into Dragon Force, which means he can kill everyone except Natsu. He really just wants to draw into, like, Thunder Legion to get Natsu into 4 strength range, or he wants to draw Stone Gaze, which also gets him into Clash range, but also triggers Evergreen. Oh, it's Gray and Natsu, the bros. Just hanging out. This is such an awful image of Gray. Stop! I'm trying to look at the art. Make your decision, Waco. Covering Outskirts here is interesting. It keeps him away from all the allies. Putting in Magnolia is good, too. Waco can't move, or Dgessner can't move these guys because that's Gray's ability, is cannot move allies. And then Thought Projection would have to play Freed to one of the other 2 locations, which Freed isn't even in the discard right now. Then we're seeing some discarding, and he did get the Shadow Game on Yugi. Waco is still determined to win this game, and I respect it heavily. We're going to see a Lightning Dragon Roar to just blow up Gray. There's Bakura on the top fate that turns off Rod, so there's not any tricky shenanigans to get him out of there. And then we're going to see a Stone Gaze on Natsu. keeping 2 cards in hand. I assume one of them is probably Freed, because he wants to trigger Evergreen, or Thunder Legion. He does have game on board if he has anything that triggers Evergreen to get rid of the Stone Gaze, because then he can just Clash Gray. He can go to Magnolia, play like Thunder Legion or Freed, blow up Natsu, and then just punch Gray. We will see the Vanquish finally. The Rare Hunter drew Exodia and got the kill on Yugi, who is now Shadow Gamed, which puts Waco at 3 strength. This game is not technically over. It should be over, but it's not technically over. We're going to see a Fate. He's going to get Mystigan and Happy. Definitely Mystigan here. Happy does like nothing. You probably just throw Mystigan probably on Cardia, just to make sure that it stays locked to keep him from doing any crazy turns. You could put him at Outskirts so that it takes away Dragon Force if he moves there. I don't love that play, but it's definitely not bad, because what Dgessner can do is go to Magnolia, get a more surplus of power, and then like Lightning Dragon, Mystigan, and punch Gray naturally. But it does stop a Fate. But Bandit Keith, I didn't see Bandit Keith was played, but he's lacking 1 strength, so he can't open up. Nope, can't do that yet because Bakor's out. I think he was told as he was pulling it out that he couldn't. He is going to move to Outskirts and just lose Dragon Force, interesting, and go for a Fate. He doesn't really need to Fate here. He does get a Shizu, though, which is nice. He does have a Thunder Legion, which will that'll weaken Mystigan and blow up Natsu. Blow up Natsu, blow up Your Honor, Your Honor. He didn't blow up Natsu. He didn't blow up Natsu. There's not like a threat of a reshuffle or anything. I'm not sure why he did that, Your Honor. If he has another Thunder Legion, it doesn't matter. We're going to see the Bakura kill with the Clash, and then some discarding and some drawing. I didn't see if he played a card there. Cardi, you can't do that. Can't do that. Gray has an ability. Why didn't you just blow up Natsu last turn? This is like 3 times Dgessner. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm bullying, but this is like 3 times I think that Dgessner has either had game or at least had showdown and just chose not to do it. Please Clash Gray before you end your turn. Please remember that you can Clash naturally now that you're in showdown. Please, I beg of you. He should just put Thunder Legion or Freed into his hand. In this situation, realistically, it should be Thunder Legion because you want to replay Evergreen to specific. No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one he picks. He should just pick one or the other. And then he clashes Gray. And then of course Waco has to Fate, otherwise he loses the game. He gets Urza. Fairy Law does nothing in showdown. Probably just put Urza at Magnolia Streets is the safest place for her, because then he can't Thought Projection into. I don't think Freed is in the discard anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I keep thinking that he is because he usually is. I have to stream in like 30 minutes. I'm really glad that Dgessner has decided to stretch out this game so much. He's going to put Urza at Cardia just to double cover Cardia. Okay. So if Dgessner goes to a Fate location and plays Freed to Cardia, who can then kill Urza or gets Thunder Dragon out. Oh, we're going to see an Innocent Facade get a anti-rule just to have more power. Okay, and then Clash a Shizu. Not holding on to the Innocent Facade to try and get a Shizu, which is interesting. There's Freed. Natsu is dead, as he should have been earlier. Oh, no, wait, no. He couldn't get the, he did the thing where he made Mystigan 1 strength less when he did the Thunder Legion earlier, right? So he couldn't blow up Natsu. That's my bad. I missed one, Dgessner. We're even now. But also, I wouldn't have done the play that he did it that way anyway, like losing the Thunder Dragon. Or wait, was that the turn that he did that he couldn't do it? I can't remember, man. This locks this game, I feel like, should have been over, like, on 3 different occasions. My brain is becoming mush. You probably put Juvia at Cardia here, because then Freed can't kill Urza. Lucy and Loki at Cardia is also good. You definitely don't put Lucy and Loki at Guildhall. You have to put Lucy and Loki at Cardia or Magnolia, I think. Otherwise, the Freed kill into the Thought Projection move means it's game. Oh, wait. He won't be able to do the Vanquish. He'll need an extra Vanquish. But I think Cardia is probably the safest place regardless. He's going to go to Cardia. He's going to get the kill on Urza. And he's going to replay. Oh, no, no, you can't put him in Cardia because then Evergreen gives him a -1. Right, that was also not safe. I forgot that he would be able to trigger Evergreen there. I think Magnolia is where they had to go. Outskirts would have also been dead because of Lightning Dragon. It had to be Guildhall or Magnolia. And that is game. What a game it was. I might have been wrong on one or two of those Loxus plays. I think I was wrong on the one where he didn't kill Natsu, because was that the turn that he did the Thunder Legion -1 into Mystigan? Was that turn? But he had a Lightning Dragon Roar that turn that he did that, didn't he? Why didn't he? Should have just Lightning Dragon Roared Gray and then punched. No, it couldn't have been that turn, because he couldn't play Thunder Legion and Lightning Dragon Roar that turn. My mind's become mush. I think ever since the first, what I think was a missed showdown, or I don't even think it was missed showdown, I think it was missed game on board, my mind just fell apart. But still, regardless, great games from both players. Quite unlucky on the American, just could not get God card holder pulls, alas. But great games from both competitors. Dgessner will be moving on into the semifinals. Let's go see how that looks on our bracket. And so with that, we see that Dgessner has beaten Waco 2-0. Great games from both competitors. Good stuff, Waco. Hope to see you again next year. Dgessner will be moving on into the semifinals to join Kodake, Dr. Quantum, and Naomi in the final four of this year's tournament arc. Very exciting to see where these games go, and also, with being in the Final Four, even the ones who lose in the Final Four still have one more game to go after, because they will be doing a third-place match. You see that little bit of cornered off bracket at the very bottom there. That's for the third-place deciding match. So we've got 2 games to go for each of the remaining competitors. They have to do their semifinal game, the losers have to do their third-place match game, and then the victors have to do the finals, which is a best of 5 as well on top of that. So we are fast approaching the end of this year's tournament arc. We have 4 more games to go, and the semifinals promise to be very exciting indeed. I hope you're all looking forward to it, and I'll catch you next time for those semifinal matches. Until then, farewell.